Design and implement 2 professional learning community meetings. Activity 2, PSEL 7, 30 hours by Kristen R. Herring for EDLD 5673 Instructional Leadership Internship under Dr. Kimberly Wilkerson. Activity 2 aligns to 3 PSEL standards. And in this activity, we were required to get 30 hours. And I was assigned to design and implement 2 collaborative team meetings utilizing the professional learning community process. I was asked to create an agenda for each collaborative team meeting, organize the meeting, and implement the process. Then upon conclusion of the meeting, I was to summarize and reflect upon the process and reflect and the results of the PLC, reflecting as a building level administrator. Standard 7, Standard 6, and Standard 4 were the ones that I found aligned to Activity 2. Standard 7 of the Professional Standards of Educational Leaders holds building leaders responsible for creating a professional learning community, or PLC, that supports educational achievement of all the students, NPBEA 2015. I found that Activity 2 aligned to this because it prepares future leaders to plan and lead collaborative meetings and practice supporting teachers and students. It also had us reflect on the process, which is going to be very important in order for us to continue improving once I become a building leader. PSEL Standard 6 holds building leaders accountable for growing all teachers' ability to increase achievement, and it's collaborative meetings allow an administrator to hear about the impact that current resources and instructional strategies are having. It also enables building leaders to be able to be a part of data conversations and hear if the teacher is having issues increasing student achievement. And the administrator at this point is a part of those conversations and can see about accountability, really what the teacher is, if they're growing or if they need some more accountability measures in place. PSEL Standard 4 holds administrators accountable for creating structures and systems that increase student achievement through rigorous curriculum, teaching strategies, and assessment, NPBEA 2015. So having structures and systems in place and monitoring the use of curriculum, instruction, and assessment and data results will be very important as a building leader, and it should be discussed in PLC meetings. Collaborating on the needs of students who need extended learning and interventions is an important part of collaborative meetings, and planning for them should be done in PLCs. To complete this process, I received a total of 32 hours. 1 hour was spent discussing and just talking out data with the math coach, Marsha Norwood. And then I spent 3 hours planning the agenda, conducting research, and collecting data in order to lead the first PLC. 6 hours was spent leading the math PLC and then participating in 5 other PLCs on campus that day. 1 hour was spent in a discussion with Principal Wyvon West that day as well. And we just talked about the results of the meetings, and especially that math meeting that I led. I spent 1 hour in PLC collaboration with the instructional leadership class with Dr. Kimberly Wilkerson, and an hour in discussion with the instructional coach, again having another data talk. 3 hours were then spent again planning an agenda, conducting some more research, and collecting data to lead the second PLC. 6 hours leading math PLC and participating in 5 other PLCs again, with 2 hour follow-up meeting and discussions with the instructional coach, Marsha Norwood. 3 hours then spent writing the summary and observation, 2 hours writing the reflection with regards to building level administration, and 3 hours spent creating the PowerPoint and video with edits. The knowledge that I gained through the completion of Activity 2 includes professional learning communities should be collaborative groups that provide support to increase achievement. DeFore, Eaker, Minnie, and Matos, 2007. Collaborative teams should center around the 4 questions that we have talked about so many times. We should meet to discuss the current trends in the data. We should identify the strengths students have by name. We should identify the weaknesses and deficiencies that students have by name. We should plan interventions and plan extended learning opportunities. Roles, norms, and agendas are needed to keep everyone on track during collaborative meetings. I learned this because in a group, it's very easy to get distracted. So when people play by the roles that they have and we work towards the norms that are in place and follow the agenda, we tend to stay on task. It's very easy to get off task if those different pieces are not aligned to the meeting. Collaboration is needed to continue outside of the regular team meeting as well. I know that for us it was very hard to get everything done in the 50 minutes that we had, so they were expected to find more time to meet together. The majority of students is not all students, so there's celebrations when there were successes, when the data showed that more students were achieving. That was fantastic, but the majority is not all, and PLC time needs to be spent making sure that all students are given the opportunities to succeed. Effective professional learning communities build an atmosphere of care among the faculty, staff, and administration. And I saw that at Sylvan Hills. Students who are mastering content should not be held back, and teachers need to extend their learning. Sylvan Hills Junior High teachers share the workload in developing interventions, extended learning opportunities, and reteaching sessions, so no one feels too overwhelmed. This keeps new teachers also from feeling isolated. The application of new knowledge. As an educational leader, I will participate in creating the agenda for PLC meetings and stay informed by reading minutes from the meeting, talking to team members, or engaging in the discussions myself in the meeting. I will follow current trends in the data and question the curriculum and resources teachers are using when needed. I will keep track of the parking lot items that teachers create so that I can provide for the needs of my teachers. We will, though, have those informative sessions through department meetings, faculty meetings, or professional development meetings, not during PLC time, because we want to make sure that we are devoted to the right work, and that's student achievement in our PLC. Reflection. I was challenged to think about the legacy that I want to leave as a building leader. Organizing systems and structures don't just occur, they take an act of the leader. A leader's impact can be beneficial or weak, and that leader will leave a lasting impact on adults and students, and I would like to leave a positive legacy on those students and adults that are in my future buildings. A shared vision on student achievement should be the focus of the PLC. I found that building teams and managing time and holding people accountable, including myself, and celebrating, these are all things that are needed for collaborative teams, and that is what working together will increase student achievement. Effective PLC builds cultural awareness, and it prevents teachers from feeling like they are working in isolation. Reflective practices lead to improvement, and allowing teachers to experience an administrator's reflective practices will encourage others to reflect without fear, owning failures in order to grow and improve. Canal 2011. So just making sure that teachers see that I am reflecting and in my asking them to reflect. Mr. West's leadership modeled a collaborative culture at Sylvan Hills Junior High School that included caring and trust. That was important to me.